Proverbs 29, the Passion Translation. Subheader: Don't be stubborn. Stubborn people who repeatedly refuse to accept correction will suddenly be broken and never recover. Everyone rejoices when the lovers of God flourish, but the people groan when the wicked rise to power. When you love wisdom, your father is overjoyed, but when you associate with prostitutes, you waste your wealth in exchange for disgrace. A godly leader who values justice is a great strength and example to the people, but the one who sells his influence for money tears down what is right. Flattery can often be used as a trap to hide ulterior motives and take advantage of you. The wicked always have a trap laid for others, but the lovers of God escape as they sing and shout in joyous triumph. God's righteous people will pour themselves out for the poor, but the ungodly make no attempt to understand or help the needy. Subheader: You can't argue with a fool. Arrogant cynics love to pick fights, but the humble and wise love to pursue peace. There is no use arguing with a fool, for his ranting and raving prevent you from making a case and settling the argument in a calm way. Violent men hate those with integrity, but the lovers of God esteem those who are holy. You can recognize fools by the way they give full vent to their rage and let their words fly. But the wise bite their tongues and hold back all they could say. When leaders listen to false accusations, their associates become scoundrels. Poor people and their oppressors have only one thing in common: God made them both. The best insurance for a leader's longevity is to demonstrate justice for the poor. Experiencing many corrections and rebukes will make you wise, but if left to your own ways, you will bring disgrace to your parents. When the wicked are in power, lawlessness abounds, but the patient lovers of God will one day watch in triumph as their stronghold topples. Correct your child, and one day you'll find he has changed and will bring you great delight. When there is no clear prophetic vision, people quickly wander astray, but when you follow the revelation of the word, heaven's bliss fills your soul. A stubborn servant can't be corrected by words alone, for even if he understands, he pays no attention to it. There's only one kind of person who is worse than a fool: the impetuous one who speaks without thinking first. If you pamper your servants, don't be surprised when they expect to be treated as sons. The source of strife is found in an angry heart, for sin surrounds the life of a furious man. Lift yourself up with pride and you will soon be brought low, but a meek and humble spirit will add to your honor. You are your own worst enemy when you partner with a thief, for a curse of guilt will come upon you when you fail to report a crime. Fear and intimidation is a trap that holds you back. But when you place your confidence in the Lord, you will be seated in the high places. Everyone curries favor with leaders, but God is the judge, and justice comes from him. The wicked hate those who live a godly life, but the righteous hate injustice wherever it's found. Proverbs 29, Amplified Translation. Subheader: Warnings and Instructions. He who hardens his neck and refuses instruction after being often reproved, corrected, criticized, will suddenly be broken beyond repair. But when the righteous are in authority and become great, the people rejoice. But when the wicked man rules, the people groan and sigh. A man who loves skillful and godly wisdom makes his father joyful, but he who associates with prostitutes wastes his wealth. The king stabilizes the land by justice, but a man who takes bribes overthrows it. A man who flatters his neighbor with smooth words intending to do harm is spreading a net for his own feet. By his wicked plan, an evil man is trapped, but the righteous man sings and rejoices, for his plan brings good things to him. The righteous man cares for the rights of the poor, but the wicked man has no interest in such knowledge. Scoffers set a city afire by stirring up trouble, but wise men turn away anger and restore order with their good judgment. If a wise man has a controversy with a foolish and arrogant man, the foolish man ignores logic and fairness and only rages or laughs, and there is no peace, rest, or agreement. The bloodthirsty hate the blameless because of his integrity, but the upright are concerned for his life. A short-sighted fool always loses his temper and displays his anger, but a wise man uses self-control and holds it back. If a ruler pays attention to lies and encourages corruption, all his officials will become wicked. The poor man and the oppressor have this in common: the Lord gives light to the eyes of both. If a king faithfully and truthfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof, godly instruction, gives wisdom, but a child who gets his own way brings shame to his mother. When the wicked are in authority, transgression increases, but the righteous will see the downfall of the wicked. Correct your son, and he will give you comfort. Yes, he will delight your soul. Where there is no vision, no revelation of God and his word, the people are unrestrained, but happy and blessed is he who keeps the law of God. A servant will not be corrected by words alone, for though he understands, he will not respond nor pay attention. Do you see a conceited man who speaks quickly, offering his opinions or answering without thinking? There is more hope for a thick-headed fool than for him. He who pampers his slave from childhood will find him to be a son in the end. An angry man stirs up strife, and a hot-tempered and undisciplined man commits many transgressions. A man's pride and sense of self-importance will bring him down, but he who has a humble spirit will obtain honor. Whoever is partner with a thief hates his own life. He hears the curse when swearing an oath to testify, but discloses nothing and commits perjury by omission. The fear of a man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in and puts his confidence in the Lord will be exalted and safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for man comes from the Lord. An unjust man is repulsive to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way of the Lord is repulsive to the wicked. Proverbs 29, New Living Translation. Whoever stubbornly refuses to accept criticism will suddenly be destroyed beyond recovery. When the godly are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in power, they groan. The man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but if he hangs around with prostitutes, his wealth is wasted. A just king gives stability to his nation, but one who demands bribes destroys it. To flatter friends is to lay a trap for their feet. Evil people are trapped by sin, but the righteous escape, shouting for joy. The godly care about the rights of the poor. The wicked don't care at all. Mockers can get a whole town agitated, but the wise will calm anger. If a wise person takes a fool to court, there will be ranting and ridicule, but no satisfaction. The bloodthirsty hate blameless people, but the upright seek to help them. Fools vent their anger, but the wise quietly hold it back. If a ruler pays attention to liars, all his advisors will be wicked. The poor and the oppressor have this in common: the Lord gives sight to the eyes of both. If a king judges the poor fairly, his throne will last forever. To discipline a child produces wisdom, but a mother is disgraced by an undisciplined child. When the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes, but the godly will live to see their downfall. Discipline your children, and they will give you peace of mind, and will make your heart glad. When people do not accept divine guidance, they run wild, but whoever obeys the law is joyful. Words alone will not discipline a servant. The words may be understood, but they are not heeded. There is more hope for a fool than for someone who speaks without thinking. A servant pampered from childhood will become a rebel. An angry person starts fights. A hot-tempered person commits all kinds of sin. Pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor. If you assist a thief, you only hurt yourself. You are sworn to tell the truth, but you dare not testify. Fearing people is a dangerous trap, but trusting the Lord means safety. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice comes from the Lord. The righteous despise the unjust. The wicked despise the godly.